Hey, what's up guys, Lex here bringing you a new video, and today I have a small little haul slash review slash whatever video. It's Lego, so you know the drill. And this time, well, I'm pretty sure you saw the thumbnail, but this time we're going to be taking a look at a couple minifigures I bought off eBay. Now in this package, I would hope, are the minifigures. It is eBay, so I'm not sure anything could be in there, but now I apologize if I sound a little sick. That is because I am currently sick. So there's your explanation. Okay, we take a look in here. We got our plastic bag, so that's neat. That's very good packaging. Let's first impressions. So, alright, well, he gave them straightforward. Okay, no special presentation or anything. He literally just packed them and sent them, which I am totally fine with. It's just that sometimes, you know, people who sell online try to give a good impression, but I don't mind. Honestly, this is fine. I really don't care about fancy packaging. All I care about is getting the product that I bought. So I'll see you guys once I put them on like a good presentation order. There we go. I put it in a more well-presented order. That way you guys can easily see what I got and what's included. I'm going to give you a little bit more close-ups, talk a little bit about the figures, and then we'll go from there. So let's get started. We'll start from the left and move on from there. So first off here, we got the Batman. Now this is the very first appearance of Batman in Detective Comics 21, and you guys can kind of tell because, you know, his cowl and his gloves in this case are not very, you know, typical for a Batman that we see nowadays. Obviously the defining features would be his cowl. If we take a look at underneath the cowl, you can see he does have a face underneath with that new goggle accessory, but in the back, as you can see, there is no face, so it's just one facial expression, and it does have that printing problem that most figures nowadays have been having on darker printing. That would be that the face is not too peach or as bright as it used to be. As you can see, his face is a little gray from his usual skin tone, but I mean, whatever. It is a $5 series, the first $5 series, at least in most retail stores. You can still find them on Walmart for the same price, $3.44, around there. But at most other stores, they cost $5 a pop, which is why I bought them in bulk, because they got a way better price there. So, yeah, well, that's the Batman. Not too much to look at. The cape is the new soft cloth, so you can move it around and put them in wherever you want without worrying about bending the cape. We got the old Batman logo there, and yeah, kind of looks like the new movie one. But anyways, moving on. Next up here, we got Stargirl. Now, I've recently rewatched pretty much all of Justice League Unlimited, that old TV show that was on. Great show. Anyways, so yeah, I got a bit more, you know, details on all these figures and pretty much what these characters are. She also is getting a new TV show very soon on the CW, so pretty fitting that LEGO has made her into minifigure form. But anyways, here we can see as the accessory, she has her staff, her magic staff. I thought her herself had powers, but no, it's just a staff apparently. But maybe they'll change it in the show. Anyways, as you can see, she has two facial expressions, one with braces and a smiling expression. And in the back, you can see that she has a more confident smirk. So that's neat. You get two facial expressions with it, and as you can see, the printing in the back is really nice. You can see that curve that, you know, typical females have, at least in Lego minifigure form, as well as really good leg printing in the bottom there. Yeah, you can't really complain about that. Doesn't really translate to the back, but that's as good as it's gonna get, I would say. So yeah, that's Stargirl. Pretty neat figure. Not disappointed by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, moving on. Next up here, we got Metamorpho. Now, this is one of the figures I was excited about because it is a very not well-known figure or character in general, but I did know about him from One Young Justice as well as the Justice League TV show, like I was talking about. But yeah, it's a pretty good figure. He has a lot of different and unique, you know, details about him. Obviously, he can pretty much morph into anything he wants, gases, puddles, you name it. So that would explain his very colorful appearance. He also has a translucent leg, if you see down there, so that's really neat. I haven't seen another figure with it, at least in recent memory, so that's neat. His accessory is nothing special. It's one of those, you know, giant fists just in pink to match his arm right there, but it's a pretty neat character that, you know, I never knew I wanted, but I'm happy to get now for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. moving on. Next up here, we got the Aquaman. Now, this isn't the Jason Momoa version. While it looks kind of similar, because he has the Jason Momoa hair right there, as you can see. If we take off the Jason Momoa hair, which I'm still calling, here you can see some back printing as well as a second facial expression. He has a smirk, looking happy to be here, and on the other side we can see his more aggressive facial expression. As you can see, it's an accessory. He does have a fish, which is glow in the dark, or at least mint green, in his hand, because no Aquaman is complete without fish. He has pretty good printing on the waist, all the way down to the pants. Pretty neat, very detailed, if I do say so myself, as well as a little hook hand right here, which is reminiscent of the Justice League TV show, Justice League Unlimited, because he also has a hook hand there. I'm pretty sure it's from, not just specifically there, but from other comic book stories, but that's where I get it from recent memories. So, good figure all around. Not bad, for sure, not bad. Not the best, but we got him, so moving on. Next up here, we got Cyborg, probably the most detailed figure in the whole series, and here his accessory is a purple, chain piece. Weird accessory, but I'm pretty sure he came with this in his first appearance, which is what he's based off of. You can see they used a lot of gray, different colored grays on this figure. You can see like silver gray, metallic gray, and bluish gray on his torso. If we take a look at all around, you can see some really good arm printing, very detailed, as well as down here in the legs. Moving all the way to the back, it doesn't stop from there. So yeah, very, very detailed, very good looking figure too. If you take out his helmet, this is actually a new piece they made for him in this series. He had similar headpieces, but this one is the remnants, obviously his first appearance, and it looks quite good, especially with the hair. It fits really well there. He also has a facial expression of obviously him with the cyborg, so you don't really need this headpiece if you didn't want to. But in the back there's no facial printing, so there's that to take into account. But really great figure, probably one of the best in the series. If not for his, recognizability, just for his printing alone. So yeah, that's Cyborg, really good figure. And moving on. Okay, anyways, here we got Wonder Woman, and this is her first appearance as well, or at least the most early appearances for sure. You can see the huge eagle on her torso, and they're using the typical hair that they use for Wonder Woman in the other wide release sets. You can see in the back she has a more calm, confident expression. I don't think this is a new expression. Maybe it's a new face print, I'm not sure, but haven't seen this one around too much, so forgive me of my lack of knowledge. You can see the printing on her arm for the braces that can block bullets and pretty much anything else. So that's really neat. That's something that is quite iconic about her and has been missing for a good time now. Obviously you can see the printing on her chest isn't very good either. It's kind of it's not the same color tone or skin tone as it is up there. But anyway, so if we take a look, you can obviously see the skirt that was usually or originally used for Minnie Mouse on her with the stars, so that's pretty well considering you're using it to represent the older Wonder Woman. And we take off the hair, her hair piece, you can see a bit more printing in the back. Obviously having the same printing issue, but well, I guess they got sloppy with these. But yeah, you can see a good amount of boot printing and obviously some printing on the waist as well. You can see those star underpants. So there we have it, Wonder Woman, and not to mention the golden lasso, of course. That's her accessory, very iconic weapon for her. But moving on. Next up here, we got Jay Garrick's version of the Flash, the original Silver Age Flash. And oh boy, have I wanted this figure for a very long time. Obviously we've gotten the original Flash. I don't think we've gotten the Wally West Flash quite yet, but I'm happy to get this version of Flash. As you can see in the side printing, you can see down there in his boot, you can see the little wing, which is really nice. Similar to what he has in his helmet as the mold. This is double molded, by the way, the helmet. And while it may be a little too big, I don't mind because it looks really great. Obviously you can see this attachment right here to make it look like he's running or leaving a trail of like thunderbolts behind him. So that's a really neat accessory for him, and a very fitting one at that. If we go back to the front, you can see you can see his torso print, very subtle, but it does have a little bit of details that give it just that much more character on it. So yeah, again, he has a little bell on the waist, and not too much more to look at. It's a really good figure. Really happy we've got this guy now, and happy to be sharing it with you guys. But anyways, moving on. Next up here we got Bumblebee. Now I wasn't too excited about her. She was probably my least favorite or anticipated from the series when it was first announced. But now that I have her in hand, it's okay. It's nothing too, outstanding. She does have her exclusive accessory, which is the wings in the back. And I think these yellow lightning bolt pieces are also exclusive. Don't quote me on that, but the wings definitely are. You can see printing on them, which is really nice. It's made out of a little bit of a hard plastic, so you won't bend it anytime soon. But I wouldn't test it either way. As you can see, she has her very iconic comic book appearance. This is basically the Wasp of DC, pretty much. She was very heavily prominent in the Teen Titans, if you grew up watching that. At least that's where I prominently remember her from. Now we take off the hair, obviously in the back you can see a second facial expression. This is more of a aggressive, or yeah, more aggressive facial expression. Obviously probably in battle or something is what it's supposed to represent. But yeah, decent figure. Not my favorite, would have preferred a different character over her, but that's just my thought on it. Not a bad figure of any stretch of the imagination, just not a very memorable one in my opinion. Anyways, moving on. Next up here is Huntress, and when I said I rewatched Justice League Unlimited, she was pretty prominent there. At least for a couple of episodes, but yeah, this is her comic book appearance, and I can confirm it's pretty accurate. Not a copy paste, but her colors and all that match pretty well. She has that exclusive bat belt accessory or utility belt in purple, and she has a lot of purple all around, which is a pretty neat color to have, honestly. She has that Wonder Woman-esque hair on her, and she has a soft cape in the back to round it all off. She also came with a crossbow accessory, but that's not, exclusive to her. It's just a typical LEGO crossbow. Her feet printing is fine. Her torso printing is really great. And obviously, taking off the hair, she has a second facial expression. Again, an aggressive one, as most of these heroes that have second facial expressions show. So yeah, neat figure. Definitely got a little bit more appreciation for her from the Justice League show that I rewatched. So, but anyways, moving on to the last figure. And here we have my favorite, or number one most anticipated figure from this series, the one I wanted to get and I now have, is Batmite. Now, there are various reasons for this. First of all, I know the character. It's a pretty neat character. It came up a good bit in, again, the Justice League or other DC properties. Not just there. Obviously, I've been referencing it a lot, but, Batmite, very powerful being in the DC universe, and his accessory is very good as well. This is the Detective Comics 27, Batman's first appearance, and it's been Legoified and turned into, obviously, a Lego tile print. Meant to be a comic book, and that's a very nice piece to have. Makes sense that he would have it, and he also comes with an exclusive cowl, Batman cowl, with the bent little ear over there. If we take off his mask, you can see a very odd face with the Batman logo still on there over his glasses, or maybe it's just a mask that he has underneath. No facial printing in the back. And a very nice torso to finish it all off. You can see some dual molded legs in the bottom, short legs may I add, and as well as a short soft cape. So this guy is really nice to have. Everything I wanted from him was here, and that's what I got. So very happy about that. But anyways, guys, those are the figures and the haul that I got. Obviously, I'm missing a few more figures to complete the whole collection. I'm missing, the Joker, Superman, and a few others that I can't think of in the top of my head. But this is a good amount, and I got them for a pretty fair price, considering they are $5 in most other places. So yeah, I'm happy with this little purchase. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, you know what to do. Maybe I'll make an update video where I have this whole collection and show it off. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.